Hey y'all, Josh here today, aka the world's greatest dad. And this fine piece of equipment behind me is the Chapin 8622B 150-pound pull and tow behind spreader. Today we're going to put this bad boy to work, spreading some summer fertilizer on our baseball field. During that process, we're going to break this thing down, tell you everything you need to know about it, see if it might be a good option for you as well. So with that being said, let's get it. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning and talk about how this thing is going to be shipped to you. Now, although it wasn't fully assembled, the hopper box as well as the spreader mechanisms were already put together, and basically you just have 6 steps that you got to follow in order to put on these tires, this rear baffle, these arms right here, these hitch plates, and then inside here the auger as well. Now overall it took me about a half hour to 45 minutes max, and that was taking my time making sure I read through these 6-step instructions very clearly. Anybody can handle this task though, and it really shouldn't take you that long before you have this thing looking just like this. And just to give you a little closer look at these instructions, as you can see, it lays out everything pretty cut and dry with a step-by-step process that includes lots of pictures as well as writing describing each step that you have to take care of. So besides the tow spreader itself, here's everything else Chapin is hooking you up with here. As you can see, we got our instruction book. They're actually hooking you up with 2 hitch pins and cotter pins in case you lose one. Another cool bonus is this nice little rain cover, so if you're spreading when it's wet out, your fertilizer or your grass seed won't get wet. Then another nice little bonus is the fact that they give you 2 different augers. So you've got that plastic auger that we've got installed right there. They also give you this nice wider base metal auger as well. So let's go ahead and get this thing hitched up to our 4-wheeler so we can get some fertilizer in here and get to spread. And here's a little closer look at how this spreader attaches to our 4-wheeler. Of course, you don't need to pull this with a 4-wheeler. You could also use your lawn tractor as well. Now, before we actually pour our fertilizer in here, I want to show you where you adjust the settings, which is located right underneath the hopper here. Now, this goes from 0, where it's fully closed, all the way to 11, where it's going to be fully open. And if you're wondering what each one of those mean, if you take a look in your instruction book right here, it's got this handy dandy little guide for both fertilizers, weed and feeds, and for grass seeds that's going to show you how many pounds per 1,000 square feet that you're dropping based on your setting right here. So for example, if I wanted to drop 2 pounds per 1,000 square feet of my fertilizer, I'm going to go ahead and set this thing to a 3. And to set this to a 3, I'm simply going to move this over click by click. 1, 2, 3, and now my setting would be set. And here's a little bird's eye view of our settings, going from a 0, which is fully closed, slowly up to 11 when we're fully open. So this is a big old hopper here with 150-pound capacity. We got ourselves a nice 50-pound sack of our fertilizer we're going to start with right now. Let's get this poured in. And that's our 50-pound sack of this particular fertilizer loaded into the hopper. We've got this set to 0 right here for transport, so nothing's falling out. Let's go get it pulled out to the field. So for my project today, I'm gonna have this set at a 2 setting, which for weed and feed and fertilizers is going to be about 1.25 pounds per 1,000 square feet. So I'll get this moved over and we'll get her going. So one of the nicest features of this thing is this dual auto-stop impeller. And as you can see, we still have this set to 2 right here, so you don't have to move it back to 0, but we've got absolutely 0 fertilizer coming out of the bottom. Basically, this thing only disperses fertilizer or seed or whatever else when these wheels are moving, and as soon as they stop moving, it quits dispersing. this thing pulls super nice, even over uneven ground, and that's a lot of thanks to these large, oversized pneumatic tires. These things are super beefy, have great tread, and like I said, man, this thing just pulls super well, and you don't have to worry about this thing hopping all over the place. Now, even though we don't need it this evening, it's very cool that Chapin throws in this nice rain cover here. And they really thought everything, making this clear on the top so you can see exactly how much fertilizer or grass seed you still have left in this. And basically, put this thing on, it's just got elastic sides, so you reach it over, and then you can either tighten it or loosen it with this little bungee strap right here. And that's how our rain cover looks while it's on top. As you can see, still see what you got inside the hopper at all times. All right, we use this thing for a little summer fertilizer today, but this thing also works great with grass seeds as well as pest control products. Now, a couple things that they don't recommend using this for is going to be rock salt, sand, or lime mixes. Now, a couple more things you should know. Number one, this thing is made right here in the USA with global made materials. Number two, it comes with a limited lifetime warranty. And if you ever have any issues, give Chapin's USA-based customer support a call and they're gonna take care of you. So there you go. That's pretty much everything you need to know about the Chapin 8622B 150-pound tow-behind spreader. Now, my three takeaways from this are: number one, it's fast and efficient. If you got yourself a large area you got to get done, you don't want to be pushing something back and forth, man. Get yourself something like this, hook it to your lawn tractor or four-wheeler, and you'll have the job done in no time. Number two, I love the fact that this thing right here has that dual auto-stop impeller, because that's just going to save you a bunch of material when you're starting and stopping, which sometimes happens when you're doing a project like this. And number three, I love the fact that Chapin's based right here in the USA, and if I call them up, I'm going to get USA-based customer support, and I also know if I have any issues with this, they're going to take care of me. And it's for those reasons and more, I easily give this thing a World's Greatest Dad thumbs up, and I say, go out and get you one. Hey, it's getting dark and I gotta get this thing put away and get home, but one more thing before you go. I wanna let you know that the Chapin Company is a big fan of the World's Greatest Dad's in-depth and informational videos. Therefore, a few months ago, they reached out to me and asked me if they could send me this product to fully test and share my findings. Now, with that being said, all the thoughts and opinions expressed in this video were my own, and I always do my best to accurately describe any product I review. Now, I hope this video helped you out, and we'll see you next time.